Hello, I'm George Yukich, Mayor of the Village of Homer Glen, and we welcome you to our State of the Village report. 2022 was a year of continued growth for the village with new businesses, housing developments, community efforts, park enhancements, infrastructure improvements, personnel restructuring, and hiring to keep us moving forward in a positive direction. First, I want to assure you that the village continues to be committed to financial excellence and integrity. For the 21st consecutive year, the Village of Homer Glen has received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. I am proud to say the village has remained debt-free since the beginning of 2021 and will wrap up this fiscal year with a surplus of about $2.6 million. We have accomplished this without raising taxes, but rather by scrutinizing expenses, contracts, and administrative roles, and restructuring to save money where feasible. 50% of our surplus is from increased revenue, and 50% is from the expenses that came in under budget. Much of our revenue comes from the village's growth retail base. This year, sales tax revenue increased by 6% from the prior year. The budget forecast for the fiscal year 2024 projects its total sales tax revenue of $4.8 million. Another growth area in revenue is from gaming taxes, which increased by 35% over the prior year. One area where expenses have come in under budget is personnel. The village works on a very lean scale, fiscally and in employee count. Knowing your staff's abilities and the village's staff's needs is key. Recognizing your staff's individual skill set helps to facilitate the placement of the right person in the right area where they will have success. As a testament to Homer Glen's strong business climate, the village welcomed 21 new businesses in 2022. 6 businesses were retained through relocations, expansions, and new ownership. 37,851 square feet of commercial space was filled due to new and retained business activity. Retail space vacancy is currently at 2.6%, down from a high of 5.8% in January of 2021. The village board and I understand our important partnerships with the local business community. During the pandemic, allowances for temporary signs for businesses to promote themselves were relaxed. With the economy continuing to pose challenges for local businesses, we approved an additional extension for using temporary signs through the end of 2023. The commercial building improvement grant program demonstrates the village's continuing effort to support local businesses and inspire economic growth. This grant program aims to mitigate the financial challenges associated with building improvements to facades, signs, life safety, accessibility, utilities, and more. Interest in the program from commercial buildings and business owners has been robust. The board approved $60,000 in the current budget, expanding the support to our business community. Since 2021, 13 commercial properties and businesses have been awarded grants by the village board. MI Homes is completing the build-out of the Square of Goodings Grove. This 106-unit townhome development is conveniently located near many shopping and dining options and offers a new and desirable lifestyle choice in Homer Glen. MI Homes reports that over 80% of the units have been sold. Marth Construction broke ground last fall on the villas of Old Oak at the northwest corner of 143rd Street and Golden Oak. This new subdivision will offer 46 attached ranch villas, some with sunrooms, views of the pond, and units that will back up to a 3.6-acre tree conservation area. The villas are targeted to the 50 and older community that want to downsize, but stay in the community in a one-floor maintenance-free environment. A new community park will also be built here to serve the villas and surrounding homes. The village continues to work on improving our public infrastructure to help offset the costs of many projects we have planned over the next few years. We are constantly looking for and applying for grants to assist the funding. Phase 2 engineering is underway to widen 151st Street from Cedar to Bell Roads. The project will provide enhanced access and traffic flow throughout the 151st Street corridor. The project will also contain storm sewer and drainage upgrades, as well as the installation of a multi-use path along the north side of 151st Street, which will tie into the existing Heroes Trail Path system and expand pedestrian access throughout the village, and construction is anticipated to begin in 2025. The proposed Heroes Trail West Path extension will run between Heritage Park and Culver Park and provide a connection of pedestrian and bicycle trails between the school districts, the neighborhoods throughout Homer Glen. The Heroes Trail West extension will also offer a point for future connections expansion to the Veterans Memorial Trail along the I-355 corridor, providing trail connections to New Lenox, Lockport, Lamont, and beyond. Relocation of utilities has begun, and construction work on Will County's Bell Road Improvement Project is anticipated to start this summer. The project from 151st Street to 159th Street will include widening of the roadway section and providing dedicated medians and left and right turn lanes to facilitate traffic flow and business access along the Bell Road corridor. Drainage studies are underway for several locations throughout the village. As the studies are completed, a drainage improvement program will be developed to provide repairs, upgrades, and improvements to existing drainage systems to alleviate flooding and to improve water quality. The next drainage improvement program will begin its design engineering later this year, with enhancements anticipated to roll out in 2024. While it has been an uphill battle, we have been diligent in our legal pursuit against Illinois American Water. A settlement recently reached calls for the current rate of $1.80 per 1,000 gallons to be frozen for 5 years retroactively from January 1st, 2023. The Illinois Commerce Commission still needs to approve the settlement, but they are expected to do so. All pass-through water charges, including but not limited to those billed by Bedford Park, will continue to be passed on to customers and shall not be subject to a cap. Within 5 years, the Derby Meadows wastewater treatment facility will be closed and replaced with a pump station. That will allow the wastewater to be pumped through a new force main to be treated at the Chickasaw plant. Looking to the future, the village has formed a team to lead us to own and operate a wastewater facility so we are not tied to neighboring communities. The Community Safeguards Subcommittee was recently formed to address crime-related concerns, operating under Public Services and Safety Committee. This group's mission is to pursue measures within the village's jurisdiction to provide our residents and businesses with the safest, most secure environment. One of my proudest accomplishments is the development of Heritage Park. With strategic planning and fiscal responsibility, we have created a crown jewel for the families and friends of Homer Glen to gather, celebrate, and have an excellent recreational opportunities and village-sponsored events. 2022 was another year of village-sponsored, family-friendly events at Heritage Park. The season kicked off in May with Kite Fest, where families gathered to see aerial displays of giant kites and enjoyed refreshments from food trucks. Other annual events at Heritage Park included Movies Under the Stars, Market in the Glen, Chalk It Up, Homer for the Holidays, Light Display, and Snowman Lane, and of course, Homerfest. The latest addition to Heritage Park is an all-inclusive tot lot playground, proving extremely popular with our youngsters. As events and activities at Heritage Park increase, so does the need for additional parking. To address this, we will add an estimated 355 parking spots, improve access, address minor drainage issues, and install lighting improvements. This project is in the design stage, and construction will be done in phases so as not to disrupt park activities. To help keep the community informed, we continue to promote village events, news, and businesses through our communication channels. The village website, Facebook, Instagram, emails, newsletters, and Channel 6. Tune in to Comcast Channel 6 to watch the most recent Village Board meeting and catch up on the latest news, updates, and announcements for the Village of Homer Glen. I encourage you to stay informed. We continue to roll out the Village's new marketing brand with a tagline, "You know your home." In closing, Trustee Beth Rogers and I want to express our sincere thank you to all the past trustees who supported us these last 8 years. Sharon Suisse, Brian Berrien, Brock Backel, Christina Neitsky-Troike, Carlo Caprio, and Keith Gray. We made a great team and we did a lot of wonderful things for our village. Thank you to all of the residents who put their trust in us, supported us, worked with us, and helped us to get where we are today. On April 4th, the gavel will be passed on. Who it goes on to is in your hands. So we encourage you to get out and cast your vote on April 4th. Thank you, Homer Glen. It's been our pleasure to serve you.